to their usual standard.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for the break time. Should we give that rock breaker a shot now? We don't have any proper defenses for it. We're just gonna have to take it on. We do have a lot of blaze and we've got a blast sling this time. Did not have a blast sling last time. So, do this. Let's do this. We also have our new, we even have our new rope sling. Rope caster. Alright, I'm a little over eager. The mound. There is a mound.
Rock breakers make these mounds when they attack.
Hey, Rango. Willis, let me know if that works okay for you.
So they woke up.
Or if it doesn't, take care of it. This is so worth it. Not waiting on that for no good reason. Didn't set it off. Shouldn't it have? We're just getting trashed. Oh my god, it's getting a little fucking tedious. Just getting ragdolled over and over again. Get bent! That was expensive. Very expensive. Oh, and actually, for what it's worth, that Discord command, if you're sub to the channel and you have Discord open and you have an account that's activated, if it's linked to your Twitch account, which you can do in settings, it'll show the Discord channel, and you'd be able to connect to it with sub privileges. Not that there's anything special going on that's walled off, but it would do that. It does let subs through right away. Need to save that for anything we were buying? Maybe not. Did I even go back to the merchant? Someone here? Someone talk to us?
I've seen this 4 times already.
I've never seen a machine like that. Whoa! Nor a hunter so bold. Take this. It's from the quarry stores, but no one's gonna argue that you don't deserve it. May you walk in the light, friend. Especially when dealing with what comes up from the ground.
Oh, that's nice. Glad I stopped there.
Oh, that's nice. So we could keep heading towards Meridian to meet up with Erend. Or Daughter's Vengeance, Lonesome Rock. Which one was that? And worried about Nakoa. One where it turns out someone just ran off with like a lover's spot that's near a bunch of snap maws. That's not that one. Let's go there. You know what? We're already up high. Let's just walk through into Meridian. Do a couple turn-ins. If we're not in the city limits yet, then this might be a real boar.
Dust.
Real boar. Can't kill the boars and turkeys and geese here, though.
I'll be doing this till I meet the new one, sure.
They're invincible.
Don't let your guard down.
Oh, Rango, I'm sorry I missed your comments before. Selective reading, I guess. Apologize.
Arrested 2 for disorderly conduct last night.
I can't stop you from thinking that, but don't think that, man. Hoping Aloy will help ease this. I almost typed Aloy
Aaron said to meet him at the
instead
cemetery.
of Rango.
Then there'd be the time.
And I would definitely hug Aloy too. Saying.
Come take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Decorations everywhere. It's downright embarrassing. You'll like what I have for sale, I promise.
Well, the next step is the MRI, right?
A man named Nassan
Did
came
you
to
already
see
get
me,
it?
and we came to an arrangement. I think many in Sunfall will benefit from it. All this from a stolen sword. As they say, follow the shadow, and you'll find a flame.
Take a look at these wells.
father may have been a preacher, but some...
Waiting is rough.
Take over my brother's ship today, sure as the sun's rising is up.
Would be. I'm sure it is. You're also, I know you're thinking a lot about it, which could affect all your systems. The Mad Sun King. The reign of the Mad Sun King. Now deceased. Be warned, reader, that as a true account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's acts, these glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly, the savageries committed can barely be recounted, so pray to the cleansing sun for yourself and the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on foreign lands in the reaping of sacrifice, the Red Raids, for the Mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village so they might more willingly supply sacrifices and be harder pressed to field fighting men on the next raid. The Utaru, who sought to appease with gifts of grain, were slaughtered in such number that upon the following harvest the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. Against the Oseram, the terror of the sun piled the corpses of their fallen up to the walls of their villages, so his kestrels might clamber upon the dead to enter. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such savagery ensued that the trees were drooped with corpses hung as grim warnings. Should you wish to read of the Mad King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within are accounts of the deaths of those sentenced to the Sun Ring, listed in such detail you might think it reported by their own chattering skulls, once piled outside the city gates. Nor will you find a more harrowing account of his massacre of the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks as they fought to the last,
Commander just came in over
bloodying
secure
the
channel.
sand from dawn till dusk. Or perhaps in the crowds as the loosed behemoths careened through the stands, with the crashing of wood and bone. Bone and sinew. All this crazed bloodletting did the Mad Sun King take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in that ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Catamin of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crime of standing against his father. Such a true and complete account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's miseries cannot be found in the history annals or heard from the recorders of the Sun Priests. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events, leaving out no shocking detail, but my debt is to history and to you, brave reader. Tongue-tied at the last moment. EJ, cheers and thank you, man. Ah.
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
Oh, we're invited. Must be kidding.
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Marad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay. Follow me, please.
All of these people are here to see the Sun King.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you, the machine tamer, and a curious eye for detail. It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
First the Oseram gets special treatment, and now Outlanders from the Savage East Sun can have him heard.
Passed by some Outlander woman? Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
I've been here for 2 hours, and this Nora goes to the front of the line.
Ignore them. Nobles are like children in wine when they don't get a second helping of dessert.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father. I think you'll find him to be a reasonable man.
Aloy of the Nora. She who sees the unseen. Welcome. It would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's
Tell her
tomb.
what she's won.
You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Impossible. Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram had the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in Pitchcliff.
I can't move troops to the border without provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well. Erend, Marad, let me discuss it with her privately. I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
No, impose, impose.
Who is Dervahl exactly?
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father. He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people. My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
He felt she betrayed him. She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people. And she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us. He made so many powerful enemies. I thought we'd seen the last of him. I was wrong.
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
Without her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making her people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
I'd like to ask you something about the Sundom and its politics.
By all means.
Your politics seem very complicated. The Oseram are friends, but enemies too?
I couldn't have liberated Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters. Many of them have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Carja nobles. It's a volatile situation. especially given the fact that my father raided the Oseram for years. Ursa helps keep the peace, promising a future based on mutual gain. But some, like Dervahl, will never let go of their venom.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
But will it happen at all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
Pretty close.
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Carja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfall to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
I need to get going.
I know. Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
Who says that?
Well, Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
We have some more story time here as well. Founding of Meridian. Yeah, let's get a little meat to it. We are Carja. In us is the blood of those led by Ahriman from persecution and pursuit so long ago. Out of the far savage east we came, guardians of a treasure greater than land or metal, the leaves of the old ones. Ahriman found the leaves in a ruin, picked out by a beam of sunlight, and he recognized at once their importance. Within was etched the first teachings of how to observe the sun, to reorganize, to recognize its guidance, and to understand the place of man. From out of the leaves came the first glyphs, the first writing, so our knowledge could last longer than voices. But when our forefathers offered to share this gift, they were driven out by those they had once called tribesfolk. These ones feared to have the light of knowledge brought to bear on their ignorance, or were jealous of its power. And so began the long wandering of our people, trusting only that the sun would guide them and deliver them from the barbarian tribes. The path was hard, and marked by the stones of families who fell along the wayside, even Ahriman's own. The persecution was unceasing. From those without purpose, only the desire to debase and destroy. But the faith of the Carja was rewarded with a distant vision, a tower like a solid ray of the sun, holding on the horizon, flashing. Even as their enemies descended upon them, Ahriman followed the flight of the Glinthawks, leading his people through looming canyons and teeming jungles. Again, they saw the tower, so close now it seemed to reach the very sun itself, and they saw that the Glinthawks perched upon it. Beheld in the light of the sun, the tower, the spire, cast its long shadow upon a mesa across the verdant valley. Ahriman knew he had found a haven for the tribe, as this was a place shunned by those without his faith, who cowered from the magnificence of the spire or the shining feathers of the Glinthawks. He named this place Meridian, from a passage in the leaves, and the tribe settled in the protection of the great mesa. They found the site was blessed in every respect, carving their cliff houses from the bounteous resources, and in time from the red rock of the mesa itself, crowning it with the first columns of the City of the Sun. Truly, the sun gave much to the descendants of our forefathers, granting Meridian great harvests and prosperity, and the bounds of the sundom for as far as its light touched. In time, seeing Meridian shielded us from the dark arrows and plots of our foes, other foreigners brought trade and tribute. Holy Meridian, without spire and sun, there would be no Meridian. But now and forevermore it stands as monument to both. And the glory of Araman and the founders is reflected anew in each Sun King of the Radiant Line and the noble houses of the Sun Court. Founding of Meridian. Oh, but wait, there's more. Wish we could keep the music going. Times when it stops. The Sun Kings. Here we go. The Chronicle of the Sun Kings. The founder, Araman, who guided our forefathers from the shadows of the savage east into the fastness of the Mesa Valley, and who, reading the signs of sun and shadow both, delivered them to the site of Holy Meridian. The bounteous Amavad, who oversaw the clearing and sowing of the royal maize lands, so that none who walked in the sun's favor should go hungry again, who cut back the jewel to claim the rich estate lands for the first houses of the Sun Court. The far-seeing Sadahin, who expanded the sun's dominion to the north, south, and east, setting a gate at Bright Market Harbor, and who before the sun at its highest proclaimed these lands would be known as the Karja Sundom, so by the light it was good. Generous Jawadan, who stocked the metal markets with the spoils of his own trampler hunts, and who allowed trade from the north and south, even permitting outlanders the gift of the counting glyphs so they might understand more than simple barter. Zavarad, the pilgrim Sun King, whose tower was raised to the top of the Ridge of Veils, and who crossed the great waters of the daybreak, so the Sundom might extend even further, and to honor this passage had the great blazon arch raised on the far shores. Bold Iriv, who saw the sun's passing into the west as a challenge, and forged after it with a great army, be pushed back 3 times at the Great Canyon lands that would be known as the Daunt, until on the 4th time his cohort broke through and were vanished in the lands beyond. Prudent Basadid, who had the mantle of his fallen brother thrust upon him suddenly, who ordered the construction of the fortress of Sunfall and the garrison at Blazon Arch, declaring the land beyond it the forbidden west where only the sun may go. Kuvadin, the returner, who strove to bring civilization to the savage east, but returned after many strenuous endeavors, saying it was no longer fit for the people of the sun, and called for the building of great towers and walls so this wild land might be observed safely. Ranan, the firebird, who saw the Sundom suffer unprovoked attack by the Tenakth horde, and who, against the protests of his advisors, accompanied his army to confront them. Under the sun he claimed victory, though he was so greatly scarred he wore his blazon helmet from that day. Nahasis, who was a hunter as much as a Sun King, and called for the proudest men of the noble houses to prove themselves in competition beneath the sun, and that those who felled the greatest machines would be situated as the first Sun Hawk and Hawks of the Hunter's Lodge. The illuminated Marzid, who the sun visited with visions so vivid and grand, he commissioned many statues and frescoes of his visage in Meridian, and for his summer palace in Sunfall had the great citadel raised, where he remained painting until he took deathly ill from his own pigments. Ivas, elder brother of Marzid, who decreed each family with a suitable male child should submit that child in service of the Sundom's then depleted ranks, and had the artisans turn their attention from works of art to outfitting each soldier of the sun with the very finest armor, halberd, and bow. Jiran, who in his early years was a strong Sun King, defending the Sundom from the encroachment of other tribes and the derangement of the machines, but who became greatly addled and ordered the spilling of much blood in the sun's name, threatening to bring a twilight time upon us. Avad, the Liberator. His contributions unwritten.
So, I thought Ursa was dead, and I thought Dervahl was dead. Dead doesn't seem to mean what it used to. Or maybe I'm just an ass. Whatever. All I know is that it's time to find my sister and get some payback. I hope Murad's guy grabs us a lead.
Did Ursa ever tell you anything about Dervahl?
We were both under his command for a while. Sort of. Helped him recruit an army to take out the Mad Sun King. But then he got real creepy with Ursa. Needless to say, she wasn't interested, but he wouldn't let it go. Not to mention the fact that we realized he wanted to murder every Karja, not just the bad ones. Long story short, he's a grazer-licking dungbag.
Avad seems committed to finding your sister.
Yeah, those two got along. And some people say they shacked up, but I don't buy it. Seems a little skinny for her. Oh, okay, some bad images are forming in my head. Let's just focus on finding her. And kicking Dervahl's ass.
It's a plan, man.
I'd better go.
Don't stand me up in Pitchcliff, okay? Ursa needs us.
Now, I'm not sure if that quote in context was fine, but I'm not sure. I just added it to the bot. As a game quote, I'm not sure I want to leave that. That's the kind of thing Enterbot could spit out. Just a horribly inopportune moment. And,
Aloy, how can I be of service?
It's obvious that you're an advisor to the Sun King, but what is it you do exactly?
Whatever is needed, of course.
Are you always so evasive?
It depends.
Sounds to me like you're a spy.
There are many helpful voices in the Sundom and beyond. I like to think of myself as a good listener.
So why do they call you Blameless Murad?
Well, it depends on who you mean by they, and what they might wish to blame me for.
Talking to you is tiring.
I'm gonna say tedious, but you got it, Aloy.
What makes you so sure Dervahl did this to Ursa?
I don't care for sure or certain. I prefer likely or probably. How many Oseram are clever enough for this ruse? Capable of building the weapon you described? Who hate Ursa so? More than one? Not likely. Dervahl? Quite probably.
Even if people think he's dead?
That is surely another reason to be suspicious of certain words.
What will I find at the border?
An outpost full of Oseram, most of whom want nothing to do with Dervahl. Still, he inspires great loyalty in those who fought with him against the last Sun King. He will not be caught alone. And don't forget, he is a master craftsman. Nothing delights him more than his dangerous toys.
You were right about Avad. He seems genuine.
He is the Sun King. I serve him the best I can. What else would you have me say?
Huh. Did you serve the last one as best you could too?
Well, I served him to his enemies. It was the best I could do for the Sundom.
What did you do?
Nothing I could be blamed for.
I have to go.
Then you
And
must.
there it is. Nothing I could be blamed for. Last Sun King had gone insane. So his most trusted aide,
Only in Meridian can you find the finest.
for the sake of the Sundom, betrayed him. But who could be blamed for that? And so he is blameless Murad. Trail may have saved everyone. I don't think we have any full sets. Nope, we don't have any full sets of anything to turn in. Even though this looks unread, I'm sure we've read this. Yes. Let's get marked. Fail to get marked sometimes. So let's head out. Going where? Yeah, just thinking about that. We don't need the quest marker, just a regular waypoint will do. Gotta get down to the ground and around. We could cross and then head down.
Might need this.
It's always the ones you least expect that cause you trouble.
Should be out there fighting machines, chasing around here.
Story time's not over? Story time's not over. Deliberation. Another cough drop. The Liberation of Meridian. An official account as scribed by the reckoners of the Sun Priests and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan who witnessed these events. The 21st year of the 13th Sun King, Jiran's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favored heir was put to death. The Radiant Cataman's crime was to demand an end to his father's acts of bloodshed, and his sacrifice set that end in motion. Jiran's second heir, the Radiant Avad, fled Meridian at dusk with all his honor guard, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come the dawn they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Jiran made that proclamation, they had already traveled far, and in time they did reach the edge of the Sundom and crossed into Oseram territory. For Avad was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Oseram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive, destined for sacrifice. But she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand. Thus did she earn the honor of being made a palace slave. Hey! Hi, thank you. And in this role, came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a warband and move to overthrow Jiran. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the Sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Karja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, or even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiran's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the holy city against siege. He found kestrels and city guard already set in on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot. But Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun, thundering cannons strong as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their salvos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun, another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the holy city, as Avad forbade any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the Sun Ring's slave pits were opened, and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Jiran's supporters seized their chance to flee with this flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Jiran ordered his trusted kestrels take Itamen, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Elis, Terror of the Sun, cleaved a path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Helis and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Itamen, his mother, the Dowager Queen Nasadi, and the High Sun Priest Bahavas escaped. Avad confronted Jiran in his solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with such great anguish he struck him down. As the murder of a true Sun King is an unthinkable act, and surely would plunge the world into shadow, Jiran's death proved that the Sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, Sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected. In this, the first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad. I misbehave. Thank you for the story time. Biddies and hugs. Hope you're doing okay out there.
Be about your business, stranger.
Oseram have been mining for scrap up north. The old ones sure left it all behind. I don't care for Oseram, but Captain Earth...
is a forest fire.
Hey, she can get under the fence. I didn't know she could get under the... Well, it's open, too. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't mind me. I thought that whole thing was fenced in, though.
There's Jenny.
Ow! That didn't work. Go get him! Man! You're supposed to be blocking for us. Nice. Teamwork. Nice. Got a teamwork emote. Oh, that's sweet.
This must be Lonesome Rock. If it's a trap, I might need to go in quiet.
Quiet, like jumping at the wall.
Seems like an ordinary outpost. I'd better look around.
I'm so bored.
Hold, Outlander! What are you doing here?
Hunting! I've been tracking a sawtooth for the better part of a day.
Well, you must have lost the scent, because we haven't seen any around here. Now be on your way, and quickly.
Well, they don't want to talk, so let's see if they're hiding something.
She's snooping around. Wrap her up and tie her down, boy.
How did they lose her? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. How would they lose her? It's bizarre.
Stop there! Got a survivor!
A survivor? What is this? Oh, damn. Too much in the way. Okay. That's just weird. Uh-oh. Ow.
Zaid's hiding out here.
A little bit of metal burn. Loot the body. Forget. All right, back to the cart. I want to go on the cart.
There are chains in the cart. Not just chains. Manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere. Never know when I might need these.
Eat his meat. I want to chase it all over the map. Hey, maybe fish are a good source of fatty meat. I didn't really think of that. Fish give fatty meat in this game. They do. Well, keep that in mind. It's another source. Don't let that get away! Rich meat. Not what we need.
The tracks lead to that compound. Maybe Nakoa's inside.
That Nora girl we got in the hole is nice.
Don't get ideas. Zaid says hands off or let her price it off.
Sounds like Nakoa's here. And I'm gonna have to cut through these guards to get to her.
Clowns.
Contact!
You cannot escape our grasp.
Oh, you're right here, huh? Oh shit, I thought it was up. Rocks. I should pay more attention to what I'm doing. Rocks!
We die.
I'm not here.
Search everywhere.
Search right over there, please.
Can't get there.
Search the area, brothers. All of it.
Can't really. You're there, but I can't really see. Oh, someone found it.
You're giving up.
Guess that one didn't know anything was going on. It's still on patrol. He really has no idea anything's going on. Amazing that he got a word out.
Is someone there?
Probably going to need it. Prisoners. Chained up to be sold as slaves.
Talk to Nakoa. She'll know what to do.
You don't want me to untie you? Fine. Fine.
Nakoa? Jan sent me. Look, we can talk more once we get everyone out of this pit.
Jan sent you? I don't believe it. Well, I guess one of his prayers finally worked.
I've got the key.
I'll help the others. Let's go.
You're gonna help the others or run around in circles?
I knew you were going to be trouble, girl. But you'll make it worth our while in the end.
The end is now, Zaid. For you and your men.
You got it. What? Didn't get any of them. There he is.
Grant me victory.
You avoided it so well. What the hell?
Am I done?
Am I done? Not yet. You're not done yet. Done will be soon. Oh, done for me. Look at that. Aloy didn't even complete the attack. Oh, that's our guy. No wonder we can't kill him. He's too important. Oh, Aloy. You're making me sad here with these less than fully drawn arrows. Just whizzing by targets. It's midnight there. Ah. Go for it.
You
Always
gave
got
him
a
a quicker
crazy
death than he
tail. Look
deserved.
at that. Look at her hair.
My father was a hunter. He taught me every animal deserves a clean kill.
What are you gonna do now?
The others were in that cellar for months. The more run down they got, the harder it was for Zaid to sell them. They need food, rest, and hope. I'll take them to Meridian and tend to them.
You're not even going to try to go back? What about Jan?
The matriarchs won't let me back. Even if they would, I wouldn't go. They can burn for all I care. As for Jan, I know a way to get word to him. I'll miss that runt. But at least he'll know I'm safe.
How did Zaid capture you?
I tried to get him at Day Tower, but he caught me. Then let me go so he could have his men grab me later.
And after?
Said he was gonna sell me into slavery like the other poor bastards that came through here week to week. But he took his time, kicked me around whenever he stopped by. Guess me trying to kill him hurt his pride.
You've been through a lot.
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Zaid's dead. I was ready to go through anything to make that happen. And I did.
How did Zaid come to run a ring of slavers?
All the scum you just killed, they butchered for Zaid during the Red Raids. The new Sun King kicked them out of the army, but Zaid managed to lie his way out of trouble, then saw a new way to make a shard, putting his grunts to work here.
Time for me to go.
Look, I don't even know your story. It must be a good one if they gave you the mark of a seeker.
You need our story?
If you ever feel like telling it, look me up in Meridian. I'll be there until the others get back up on their feet. Until then, thank you for helping me cut this rot from the world. I don't know. Maybe now I can put Zaid behind me and remember my father as I should.
You're standing on my loot. Koa. Koa. Alright. Find Olin at the excavation site. Might be good for now. Got about half an hour left. One of our main missions. I think there's a Corruptor there as well. That might actually be a better place to start, though. What was it we needed? We needed Bellowback hearts for an upgraded bow. activate a few of these, just see where things are. Sunstone still split. Oh, right, back east. Frozen Wilds, Ancient Armory. Okay, not as much as I thought. Well, in that case, yeah, let's see if we can't make our way in. Depending on what we run into on the way, might get sidetracked and end up stopping on deck to go into the excavation site. Love to collect enough meat to actually restock my potions and start building up some stores. I don't really need that golden fast travel pack at all, but I would buy it if I had the extra meat, which we'll never have if I can't get potions restocked and then stop using them long enough to build up more meat stocks. I picked up Quiet Sprint, didn't I? I did. So that's probably helping. Strong Strike. Might want to move in that direction. Triple Shot. Hoarder. I think we need Hoarder. I keep inventories becoming a problem. I want to be able to hoard blaze, wire, whatever else I'm carrying.
For later.
They saw you. And they get pissed pretty easily too. Guys, let it go! Come on. You don't need none. Move on. Go mess with that guy. Why did a cactus just fall over there?
Grab this now. Right in the eye.
top-notch entertainer. Build an exciting story-focused experience even while playing Tetris. Might try sometime. Good up, Captain. Thank you, Walking Dad. Good evening, everyone. That was very kind words. Thank you, man. What are you up to? Getting late.
Confusion.
Uh-oh! I thought we were safe back there. Kind of safe, you know? Kind of. A little bit safe. Oh, we were all kinds of fucked. That is the opposite of safe. Shit. Oh! What a... Fire an arrow in the sky. Wrong? Ah, I did it. Oh, my tear blast. No! My tear blast arrows are all miserable failures right now. There we go. Did we get his Ravager cannon off? Not yet. Does he even have his cannon? Anymore he doesn't. Come on. Just kill us already! There's too much shit going down. Oh, let's see where that kicks us back to. By the water? Maybe. Oh, no, we triggered a checkpoint or something. Yes, I want to hold off. It's some story beats. We might be in there for a while. I don't want to rush it. Let's go Argo. Just try to supply up. We're gonna wrap in a few minutes. Well, Spot, thank you for all the medicinals. Huh. Do Shadow Karja wandering?
That shot nearly had me.
Nearly had you. Wondering if they'd even react to it. Walk right into it. Oh, it might work. What if I tear blast him so he flies back into it? Yeah, that worked.
I can get out of this.
Cool. So we're gonna lurk around here so we can wrap around here. We'll end up at that campfire. Head down towards the water, see if we can get some more medicinal pickups.
Pass the test.
Right to us. Willis, you're off to bed. Night, night. Night, Jay, night, chat. Thanks for hanging out today.
Okay, now we're sneaking.
Oh, oh, but we were, oh, I just wanted your gun. I just wanted your gun. I just wanted your gun. I wanted his gun. Damn. That. It's a sign.
Good. I can use this.
I am trying to pick a fight here. I'm just... It sucks when it comes back to get me. You know, I'm trying to get these things fighting each other. Sometimes I pay for it. Ugh. He just goes straight for Aloy anyways. Oh, beautiful. That.
That'll help.
It happened again. Fucking happened again. Just trying to get more supplies, not less. There goes basically all of my medicine pouch. So, yay. Mission accomplished. That was my mission, right? To drain all my resources before the end of the stream. Well, that happened. Okay, not much out here. I have tips for you. Maybe? What category? Are you having trouble with something, or something you're curious about? Walking Dad, you're off to bed too? 2 a.m. there. Cheers, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have a good night. Great weekend. Walking Dad. We'll see you later. There's no medicinals. Just other stuff. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Stocking up.
I wish. All the wrong stuff. No, ignore Aloy. I need to collect stuff. Give her a loan.
Here they come.
No! Give her a load. What? Those fish just despawned. Those beautiful fish. Well, let's head back to the campfire. That didn't work out too well. Gonna wander off, resupply, fill up the medicine pouch. Empty the medicine pouch. Oh, that dodge!
Can't afford any more losses.
Need them soon enough.
Well, why are there corrupted machines right here? What the fuck? Alright. I'm just gonna call it there. I think we're back at the same spot with the medicinals around us that I was at. No, I saved down by the water. After losing all my medicinals fighting the Ravager and the Sawtooth, We're gonna be down by the water. Yeah, we're gonna wrap there. Yep. Okay. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good Friday night. If you're off for the weekend, have a good weekend. I will be back tomorrow is the plan. Hopefully we get a 4-hour stream in tomorrow. So for now, I'll see you on the flip side. Cheers. Good night.